Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. I'm going to show you guys how to make melodies as a beginner. It is super overwhelming watching 1,000 videos where people are skipping steps, showing plugins you don't even have, and just going way above and beyond when it comes to melodies. I'm going to simplify melody for you so that you can get started today. Let's hop straight into FL Studio. If you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. We trained over 1 million producers around the world, so I'm going to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Lil Baby, Polo G, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and a long list of other folks that I will forever not remember the entire list from. All right, so what we're going to do is start off with my plugin. This could be any plugin. The reason I'm using my plugin is I want to show you the sounds of my plugin at BusyWorksBeats.com/Hercules, but also you guys can use anything. I just want to show you this does not apply to one plugin or another. Let's load up a really short sound called Dragon. So again, you could load up whatever your favorite sound is. Okay, so what we're gonna do is use, let me think how many notes it is. There's about 7 notes. Okay, so I'm gonna call this video like the 7 lucky notes or something like that. So we can right click, go to our piano roll. And here are some adjustments I'll make before you start is go to your piano roll options. Let's go to where it says view. Let's go to key labels. We're going to put this on all notes. I don't know why that's not on by default. It should be. And if you turn on ghost channels, that could help for future stuff in the future. All right. And outside of that, I think we should be good to go. So now what we're going to do is start with C to keep it simple. And this is what we call a root note. Okay. So the root note, we're going to start here and then count up from our root note. So this root note could be any note on the keyboard. It doesn't have to be C. We're just using C to make it simple. Then we're going to count up what's called 5 semitones. So that's 5 notes. We're hitting shift up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to make another note starting at the root note. We're going to count up 7 notes. This is called a perfect fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are so powerful because what we can do is pivot around these notes. So I'm going to show you guys notes that are not technically in the key or in the scale. Okay, but we can use them. So those notes are going to be a flat tonic, meaning the note below the tonic, sharp tonic, meaning the note above the tonic. And we could do a sharp fourth and a sharp fifth, also known as the augmented interval. Okay, so this is cool because we can go out of key on purpose and it sounds good. So here's the in key stuff. Here's the out of key stuff, except for B in that case. All right, so let me show you guys how to apply this. So why is this important? Because we could use this stack of 7 notes to improv. I'm just going to show you how powerful this is. So let's slide this over here somewhere and let's start at C. So let's say I have no idea where to go next. I'm going to go to what's called the perfect fifth. Now we're going to start speaking a little music theory and ease only because you need to learn these words for future stuff. But if you want to learn music theory and ease and like the science of how to build chord progressions, melodies like the pros, go to BusyWorksBeats.com/music theory essentials because I break it down step by step. For this video, I have to kind of shorten things. So we're going to take the tonic. We're going to go up to what's called the perfect fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes up. Or we can go down to what's called the perfect fourth, which is 5 semitones away. Now, in my opinion, when you go to the perfect fourth, you're creating more of a tension. When you go to the perfect fifth, it's more of a resolution type sound, and I'll show you why. Let's make this. Now, a cool thing is we can get fancy and go 7 notes up from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the perfect fifth of the perfect fifth, which is the 9th. So that's more for like. And now I'm going to copy that same structure, hit shift and pull it down. Just to show you that we don't have to be in the, the C major scale. So let's say we have this cool thing that we just did, but now we want to add stuff to it. So now we can add all the in-between stuff. So it got pretty advanced pretty quickly. That's the power of music theory. Okay, so now we want to add those in-between notes. So we have a lot of options. Any of these 7 notes we could add as in-between notes. So let's say we want to jump up and do like a little bounce here. Let's try going to what's called the perfect fourth. Now the hard part here in this example is just trying to find a rhythm that works. Okay, let's do the same exact thing here. Counting up 5 notes from the tonic or the root note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's add this like bounce. Now let's do something different here. Let's create the sharp fourth, which is also known as a tritone. Now this is really good at the end of stuff. Wouldn't recommend doing this. So this is technically out of key, but it sounds cool. Now another way, we're getting really advanced, I'm realizing, is to count down 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this is an additional note here that we're adding, but it's to resolve what's called the tritone. So we went out of key on purpose. I'm showing you guys how out of key you can be and the song still sounds interesting. Now we're doing a very, 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 very basic sound, just so y'all can really grasp how to like hear this entire thing. Now a full melody. Okay, so we could become even simpler than that. Let's kind of create 2 sides of the melody. Now we're gonna go back to C. And let's keep this one a little more formulaic. Let's go up to the perfect fifth, which is G in this case. And we can go up a half step. Okay, and then we can go to the perfect fourth. So this is more of a trap melody. So here we have the tonic, perfect fifth, sharp fifth or augmented. Then we're coming back to the perfect fourth as like the tension. I know I'm kind of speaking music theory and ease, but I have to so that you guys understand how deep this goes. And now let's copy the same structure and do something different. So instead of landing on the perfect fourth, it's called, which is 5 semitones away, let's do a flat tonic or the note below the tonic as the ending note instead of this note. And that's how we make our melody sound like they're moving as opposed to it sounding repetitive. Okay, so I'm showing you guys the golden keys and the shortcuts. So now let's do, instead of the perfect fourth here, actually let's keep the perfect fourth there. Let's do a, let's just do a sharp, we'll just do the tritone here. Actually, let's do a sharp tonic at the end. And that's how that melody can feel like it keeps moving without getting boring. It's because of all these little things I just showed you guys. Using those 7 positions, you can create really unique melodies. Now that would be a more useful melody. Where the one on the left was, I went out of key, just to show you guys stuff. But now let's start adding sound effects. I want to show you my new plugin called Hades at busyworksbeats.com/Hades, just to show you guys melody is more than just the sound itself. So let's start adding this effect. Let's add some vibrato. So now we're giving it a unique sonic texture, it's called. I've created this plugin like a guitar pedal, so it's very versatile here. Okay, so here's before. And here's after. And now it has this randomness to it, and that's what adds the emotion to the sound. I'm going to swap out the sounds here, just to try out different tones. Let's pull back some of the vibrato, it's called. Now, some of these sounds are meant to be an octave lower. Now here I went out of key just to show y'all something called intervallic resolution, but that was more advanced, and I didn't really explain why we did this from the tritone. Now here's a little shortcut. I'm just gonna drag these so that the notes overlap on purpose. If you guys want, like, if you have piano melodies like this, what we're gonna do is download a script from the ImageLine forums called the piano roll script called Remove Overlaps. That will make it so that the notes don't overlap, because if they overlap, they won't play properly. We're also gonna add the Humanize tool, which offsets time as well as velocity. Velocity is like how hard you hit a note. And I also like to double this up with the Remove Overlaps, just to make sure we don't have any overlaps. So that's a way to make your melody sound more human. This piano wasn't meant to overlap. You see how low I went pretty low on the sample here, so let's copy those. I'm gonna thicken up the piano sound. I just want to see how low I sampled these. So another thing, I'm kind of going off on tangents now. Another thing about melodies is reinforcing that tonic can really help thicken out the sound. A lot of people don't realize how much bass can help your melody stand out. Let's pull back again some of these effects. But again, I'm just showing you guys the thought process. It's not about, you know, using 1,000 plugins. And now we have a melody that feels like a piano player played the melody. Okay, because it's all these little things combined. The music theory first, the technique second, and then all those little shortcuts I showed you guys after, plus the effects and the plugins. So that is how you do it. If you guys want to learn more, go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory essentials, because I break down step by step, you know, the keys, the scales, the root, the modes, you know, modular key modulation, a lot of things that I don't want to bore you to tears about, but I break it all down step by step so that you guys can do stuff like this and really get into the advanced side of melody. Because people that you watch on YouTube, and this is no shade to anybody, is that, you know, they're showing you notes to copy and then they're showing you sound effects, and you don't realize that deeper beneath the hood is the music theory concepts like intervallic resolution, chord progressions, chord inversions, voicing of a chord, like all these little things that add up to more nuanced melodies instead of just getting trapped in that box. All right, guys, I want you to subscribe if you're new, and let's keep making videos free. It's Game from busyworksbeats.com. Peace out, guys.